Hello friends, now we see the next practical maximum power transfer theorem. For this maximum power transfer theorem, first we see the aim to verify the maximum power transfer theorem using a given setup. Apparatus, battery eliminator, resistance boxes or resistors, DC voltmeter 0 to 10 volt, plug key, connecting wire, etc. Statement: power transferred from the source of load is maximum when its internal resistance of the source is equal to externally connected load resistance. That is, power is maximum when internal resistance Ri is equal to load resistance RL. Circuit diagram. So the circuit diagram for maximum power transfer theorem is like this. Here we consider that the two resistances R1 and R2. Here R1 resistance we fix in our this practical we fix at 1 kilo ohm or 1000 ohm, and R2 resistance we vary 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000 and 1200. In this way we vary the load resistance, or it is known as R2. And when R1 is equal to R2, or internal resistance R1 is equal to load resistance RL means R2, then here you will get the maximum power in this circuit. Okay. Procedure: make the connections as shown in the circuit diagram. Take a resistance Ri equal to 1000, that is the internal resistance. Then changing the values of load resistance RL in steps as 200 ohm, 400 ohm and so on. Note the values of voltage across load resistances. Repeat the experiment for Ri equal to 1500 ohm and Ri equal to 2000 ohm and note the values of voltages. While taking these readings, we take a reading Ri equal to RL. They calculate the power transfer from source to load using given formula. For calculation, we can say that the power transfer from source to load is maximum when Ri is equal to RL. Same is the conclusion from the graph. The maximum power transfer theorem. For maximum power transfer theorem, the circuit diagram is same like the Thevenin's theorem. Here the positive terminal is connected to R1 resistance. This R1 resistance is 1000. Again it is connected to voltmeter. It is connected to voltmeter. From voltmeter it is connected to R2. R2 variable resistance. R2's another end is connected to voltmeter, and from voltmeter it is connected to negative terminal. Now here we start the practical. Now here we remove the resistance of 200. So you will get one reading. This reading is near about 2.4. Now next again we remove the resistance of 200. The reading is 3.8. Now next we keep the resistance of 600. So the resistance of 600 we kept. Some fluctuation is there. Now when we keep the resistance of 600, it is 5 volt. Now again we remove the resistance of 200, it is near about 5.6. Now again we remove the resistance of 200. Now the both resistances are same, so the value is voltage is 6.4. And now we keep the 1200 resistance. So when we keep the 1200 resistance, the value is near about 6.4. 8. So here we say that when the internal resistance means this resistance, if it is equal to the resistance of the external resistance R, you will get the maximum power. In this we can take the reading. Thank you. Now observation table. In this observation table we see that the internal resistances are fixed, that is Ri, the value of Ri is fixed 1000 everywhere. Now we changes the load resistance from 200 to 1200, and the reading of volt we can measure in voltmeter, that is 2.4, 3.8, 4.8, 5.6, 6.4 and 6.8. So such type of different readings are observed for different load resistance RL. Next we make the square of this resistance, and using the formula of power, that is the formula of power is V square upon RL, or VL square upon load voltage, square of the load voltage upon load resistance. You will get the different values of power for different load resistance RL. And from that finally we see that when the internal resistance equal to load resistance, that is Ri is equal to RL, here you will get the maximum power. Thing we can observe from the graph also. Result and observations and calculation, we can say that the maximum power transfer theorem is verified. Okay, thank you.